Ever wonder how some people manage to read books so effortlessly while you struggle to get past the first few pages? Welcome to EnEnglishHub channel. Reading has an enormous power to transform lives. Not only does it expand your vocabulary, but it strengthens your memory, reduces stress, and enriches your mind with new knowledge. Whether you're delving into a thrilling mystery or exploring a scientific theory, every page turned is a step towards personal growth. The key to unlocking these benefits is to develop a consistent reading habit. Understanding your current reading habits is the first step towards improvement. Let's dive into the process of assessment. How frequently do you read? Is it a daily ritual or a sporadic activity? There's no right or wrong answer here, just an honest look at where you stand. Now, what about the types of books you prefer? Are you drawn to thrilling mysteries, insightful biographies, or perhaps enlightening nonfiction? Your reading preferences can reveal a lot about your interests and areas where you might want to diversify. Next, consider your reading speed. Are you a leisurely reader who savors every word or a speed reader who devours books in a single sitting? Your pace can significantly influence how much you absorb and enjoy from your reading. Lastly, think about the environment where your reading usually takes place. Is it a quiet corner at home, a bustling cafe, or during your commute? Your surroundings can impact your focus and reading experience. By understanding your habits, you can identify what needs to change and set realistic goals for improvement. Goals give you a clear direction and can make the process of developing a habit much more manageable. In the realm of reading, this is where SMART goals come into play. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Setting a specific goal might be deciding to read a particular book or genre. Measurable could be opting to read a set number of pages or chapters each day. Achievable is about ensuring your goal is realistic, like starting with a chapter a day rather than an entire book. Relevant means choosing a goal that aligns with your interests, whether that's science fiction or historical biographies. And time-bound? That's setting a deadline for your goal, like finishing a book by the end of the month. For instance, a good reading goal could be, I will read 2 chapters of 1984 each evening before bed for the next 2 weeks. Remember, the aim is to develop a habit, not to race through books. So set goals that are challenging but achievable. A reading schedule is a powerful tool that can help you stay on track with your reading goals. Now let's delve into how you can create a reading schedule that works for you. First, consider the best time of day for you to read. Some people are morning larks, alert and ready to soak up knowledge as soon as the sun peeks over the horizon. Others are night owls, finding tranquility and focus in the quiet hours of the night. Some might squeeze in a few pages during lunch breaks or commutes. The key is to identify when your mind is most receptive to reading, and then make that your reading time. Next, you'll need to set aside a dedicated reading time. This could be as little as 15 minutes per day, or as much as an hour or more. The duration isn't as important as the commitment. Make this time non-negotiable, as important as any other appointment in your day. Finally, be consistent with your schedule. It's not enough to set a reading time, you must stick to it. Consistency is what turns a simple action into a habit. It might be tough at first, especially if reading isn't yet a habit for you. But with time, your mind will begin to anticipate and look forward to these reading sessions, making it easier to stick to your schedule. Consistency is key in developing any habit, and reading is no exception. So let's make a pact to be consistent readers, shall we? The type of books you read can significantly affect your reading habit. Imagine walking into a bookstore or library. The shelves are lined with countless titles, each with its own unique story. How do you decide which one to pick up? The choice, my friends, lies in aligning your selections with your personal interests and reading goals. You see, when a book resonates with your interests, it becomes less a task and more a joy. You're not just reading, you're exploring a world that fascinates you. And that's the first step towards developing a consistent reading habit. But how do you find such books? Well, start by identifying your interests. Are you a fan of mystery novels, or do you prefer nonfiction? Do you enjoy historical narratives, or are you more into science fiction? Once you've identified your genre, you can narrow down your search. Next, consider your reading goals. Are you reading for pleasure, or are you hoping to learn something new? Perhaps you're looking to broaden your perspectives or gain a deeper understanding of a particular subject. Tailor your choices to these goals. Don't be afraid to explore different genres and authors. You might be surprised at what you find. And remember, don't judge a book by its cover. Read reviews, ask for recommendations, and give a book a chance. You might just discover your next favorite read. Remember, the goal is to enjoy reading, so choose books that you find interesting and engaging. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. We've explored the transformative power of reading and how it can expand our horizons, sharpen our intellect, and stimulate our imagination. Reading is more than just a pastime. It's a habit that enriches our lives in countless ways. Next, we looked at assessing your current reading habits. It's crucial to understand where you stand before setting out to improve. Do you read regularly, or is it a struggle to find time? What type of books do you enjoy? Reflecting on these questions can provide valuable insights into your reading patterns. We then moved on to setting reading goals. Whether it's reading a certain number of books each year, or dedicating a fixed amount of time each day to reading, having clear, achievable goals can motivate you to stick to your reading habit. Creating a reading schedule was our next point of focus. Consistency is key when forming a habit. By allocating a specific time for reading each day, you're more likely to stay committed and less likely to get distracted. Finally, we discussed choosing the right books. The joy of reading comes from connecting with the story and characters. Selecting books that resonate with your interests and preferences can make the reading experience more enjoyable and fulfilling. Developing a reading habit might seem challenging initially, but with these steps, you can make the process easier and more enjoyable. Happy reading!